Hey Divine Creators, it's Tia Tiara, the Oracle Coach. I'm here to talk to you all about disconnecting from energies. So whenever we go throughout our day, talking to people, connecting with people, having different interactions and different exchanges with people, it doesn't matter for how long or how significant, how important, every connection that you make, every interaction that you make is going to lead up into some type of energetic connecting, energetic exchange. And you don't know what people have going on in their particular lives or what they're feeling. Also, you have to think about things like this. Maybe you connect with somebody and they just don't like you. They pretend like they do, but they have like this negative perception of you. They think that you're stupid. They think that you think you all that. They think that you're not all that good looking. You're not all that wise. You're not a real whatever it is you claim to be. Like for me, I had probably some people that wanted to believe I wasn't a real psychic. You're not really intuitive. You're not really, things like that are feeling like you're a fraud. You're not a true leader. You're not a true healer. Anything, it could be anything, but it contradicts what you want to believe about yourself and your own healing journey, your own self-love journey. Oh, she don't love herself. He don't love himself. He's not doing that well in his finances. His money ain't even as good as what he say. He don't really know what he say he know. He ain't really doing what he say he doing. So the thing is, when people start doing those projections towards you and you have these people in your circle, so say you have like false friends in your circle. You've got Lisa over here who's a fake friend and she pretends like she's your friend in your face. She's like, oh, you go girl, you go boy, I know that's right, yeah. And then they go and talk to somebody else like, they think they all that. They think that they really popping. They really think that they doing this shit. They really think that they doing something and they're not. They're not doing nothing that they're saying. They're such a fraud. And you got that person in your circle and in your energy. I'm not here to talk to you about that part because I've already probably said that in another video, or I'll probably get to it about, actually I am going to talk about it. You have to be really careful about the people that you have in your circle and in your energetic field on a day-to-day basis, because if you're attached to people who are thinking negative of you, who are negative in general, who are negative about everybody, who are negative about themselves, and they have certain attachments, then they may be projecting those things onto you. More than likely, indefinitely, they're projecting those things onto you. You're letting them in. You have them in your energy. So like for me, I have very few people in my inner circle energy where they can just be in here consistently on a consistent basis. So automatically, if my eyes jump in, because this is something that, and that's, you can go look at my Clear Senses series. I'm going to finish it. I am going to finish that series soon. But I have some up where I talk about like how I have these certain psychic nudges of certain things, like my eyes will jump. Left eye, females talking shit about me. Right eye, a guy is talking shit about me. But I'll know that it's someone in my circle because I don't have people around me, and I don't let everybody can affect me like that anymore, because I disconnect from all cords, all attachments. Okay, so when you have people in your circle who are fake and they're talking about you behind your back, they don't really have good things to say about you, they're projecting on you all the time, that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to project onto you. So now you have allowed these people in your energy, because you know how I am, you know, I'll talk about responsibility. You're responsible because you have those people in your energy. So now they're affecting you. You're feeling all crazy, you're feeling all negative about yourself, you're feeling all down in your look, feeling like you're ugly. Like I remember there was one time, matter of fact, it wasn't one time because this has happened over a course of my entire life. But I remember when I realized what was going on, I was like, I need to disconnect from other people's energy. There's like this particular person who was like constantly like attacking me on my posts. And I don't know, I feel like maybe she meant well, but she just had negative perceptions of me. She liked what I said at one point. Then one day I said something she didn't like, and she started just come on my post and just intentionally starts like try to start shit with me. And I was just like, what the fuck? And but at the same time, I was like, she's making me like start looking at myself like, well, maybe what if I am a fraud? Maybe I'm not really who I say I am. Maybe I'm not meant for that life. Maybe I should give up on everything. Well, something told me, I was like, disconnect from every fucking body. Everybody. I disconnected from everybody. I just was like, clear all this energy. I'm done. I don't want to be connected to anybody's feelings, thoughts, projections, emotions. Nobody but my own. I wanted to see what my emotions felt like. And for the first time ever in my entire life, y'all, this was probably like end of December, beginning of January. For the first time ever in my entire life, I felt so much peace and I felt confident. And I was like, I had been feeling so down on myself for so long. And I had so many people around me who I didn't realize these were people I called my friends and I thought were my friends. But I knew that they had, I'm an intuitive. I'm a psychic. I read energy. I knew they had a little bit of jealousy towards me. I knew they had some negative perceptions towards me. I just thought this is how people are. Sometimes we have those things. You know, everybody's not always going to think the greatest things about you. I had people around me attached to me who just really thought nastily about me. And I didn't want to believe they thought that nasty about me. But it was so bad that I thought that I was just ugly, just horrible. Just there was so much wrong with me. I was a fraud. I wasn't a healer. I wasn't even good at what I do that I know I'm great at. It was just so many things I thought about myself. And I'm thinking that this is just me. I just have low self-esteem. But when I disconnected from everybody else's energy and only was dealing with my own emotions, I felt all confident. And then there were still areas. Now, don't get me wrong. I still had areas where I was like, I can still work on that thing because I still do feel that. But I was able to work on it. I can't, listen, what you can't do is work out other people's projections onto you. You see how that can be really counterproductive? So you might be wondering like, damn, how the fuck do I get free from this low self-esteem? And now you probably listen to this video and thinking, holy shit, do I have people attached to me who still think that way about me? And I'm trying to get past it. I'm trying to think better about myself, but I still got these people around me. Bingo. They have to go. You can't keep people around you who are thinking negative towards you. You can't. I'm very, very specific about that. If you give me any reason to think that you think negative about me, or if I pick up on that shit, I'm not going to deal with you. Because I'm going to pick up on it and I'm going to start feeling some type of way. And I'm going to be like, but now I'm able to know, like, that's not me. That's not my emotions. That's them. They got to get from fucking around me. They got to get the fuck from around me. And I'm going to kick them to the curb. Like, you know, that's where I'm at in my path now. But there was a point where where a lot of you who are watching this message are probably at, where you still have people around you who ain't got no business around you because they don't think nothing good about you. What they around for? Beat it. For real. So when you got people like that around you, you got to get rid of them. Can't have those people around you. You can't stay attached to those connections and those interactions. Like, I did get to a point where I can talk to different people. So there was actually, for that season, when I first started realizing how to disconnect from the energy, I couldn't talk to a lot of people because I still didn't really know how to not take on the shit. Now I just realized exactly what I'm finna teach y'all. Disconnect from every interaction right away. After each interaction. So when I do readings for people at the end, I don't know if it offends people or not. I used to really worry about that, but now I don't care. Like when I first started doing it, I was like, man, it might be offended, like that I'm saying disconnect from all the negative stagnant energy between us. You might have been listening to the reading thinking, who does she think she is? And you never know what a person could be thinking. And people don't mean to be that way. Sometimes they don't mean to be that way. They just are. People have their feelings and their emotions. They just do. It's not my responsibility to cater to those. It's my responsibility to take care of my energy and make sure I'm disconnected from that. Only allow what's supportive and uplifting for our own individual spiritual journeys. I don't wish no bad on you, but I don't wish none on me neither. So I can't you gonna take whatever it is you needed from this reading, and I'm disconnecting from all of it after we're done. Reading's done, I'm done. Energy's done, cord's done. It doesn't matter if this is your best friend, your mother, your child. You don't need to have no cords with nobody every single day of your life. At the end of each day, get in the shower. While you're in the shower, just say, I disconnect from all negative, lower, stagnant energy. I disconnect from all cords, disconnect all energy that is not from source energy. And just push that shit away from you. I know, right? What? That's it, bitch? Yes. Yes. It's literally that simple. Your words are a power. Life and death in the power of your own tongue. By your faith, is it done? It's in the Bible. That's what this shit has been about the whole time, while people were like making it be bigger than that, putting all their faith and belief in Jesus because they didn't have enough faith in themselves. That's why Jesus was just like, fuck it. Say you want it in my name. There, fine. Since you're too weak to believe that you can do it for yourself, say it in my name. I know that's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea to hear, and you might whatever. I don't care, because that's my truth. I know that's my truth. I believe that from the bottom of my heart, because I don't do nothing in Jesus' name anymore. I do it in Tia's name, and I still manifest. Okay, so you believe in yourself enough, then it's that easy when you're disconnected from energies. If it makes you feel better, you can say in Jesus' name. If you have more faith in Jesus' name than your own, or in you being able to do this, just disconnecting just your words, and that's just enough, then say in Jesus' name. Say in whoever's name. Pray it to Ganesha, Buddha, you know. Like, I have my painting over there of Ganesha. I got, Lakshmi right here. You know what I'm saying? I got Buddha right here. I work with all different deities. You want to say it in the name of your Orishas, whoever you feel more comfortable saying it towards, and you feel like that's, dang, I kicked the thing, sorry. You feel like that's more gonna help you to manifest it better, or to actually disconnect from those energies better, then do that. Say it in their name. That's besides the point to me. You do whatever is comfortable for you. That's what's gonna work. Just disconnect from the energies. Do it in the shower. Disconnect from them. Also, this is the other thing I was going to get into. Your solar plexus. That is where you hold cords. So your solar plexus is also where your personal power, your confidence is. So imagine having all these cords of people that don't even like you, who have all these negative things to say about you, your parents, your family members, your siblings, cousins, aunties, uncles, your supposed friends, your people who follow you on Facebook, friends on Facebook. You know how many haters is on your friends list on Facebook that don't really like you, but they can't delete you because they like you, but they have all these negative things to say about you? Yeah, all those things affect you, and you can take those on if you're not disconnecting from energies and interactions. People just projecting onto you. Then shield yourself. That's a whole nother subject. I don't know if I'm going to give that game away for free. I think I might have to sign up for the Patreon for that game. And I'll get more in detail about other ways to disconnect too on the Patreon. But I'm giving you the one and done. Just disconnect from it every single night. Don't let a night go by that you do not be intentional about disconnecting from the energies of the day, because people project. Like, you could be having a good relationship with somebody, everything's all cool, and then you go and you talk to somebody about this person, you're like, oh my gosh, this person's so wonderful, they're amazing, I really love their energy, I have such a great time with them, their presence, their energy, it's amazing, it's wonderful, I love them, I love this person, oh my gosh, you're all excited, you think this is your friend, and that person's like, they're like, oh, I'm happy for you, and then they go to their other friend, and they're like, they think that they have found somebody. They always running and jumping into somebody's arms. That person gonna do them like everybody else. That person ain't as great as they think. And next thing you know, you're like, that person ain't as great as I think. That person's not as great as I think. dang, they probably gonna do me like everybody else. And you like, why the fuck am I thinking like this all of a sudden? Because someone just projected onto you what they wanted you to feel about that connection. Not even necessarily thinking that that's really like what's gonna work. It's still, that's besides the point to me. If you thought those types of thoughts about me, then it was intentional enough. Because you shouldn't have been thinking like that about me. Why would you think negative? Why wouldn't you fight that if you're supposed to be my friend? And see, that's what people don't do. Some people just don't fight that, friend or not, because they're not really your friends. And they won't fight it. They'll just give into it and just talk shit about you and talk shit about you and talk shit about you and not give a fuck about how it's going to affect you. So therefore, to me, it was intentional. You chose that. It happened because you decided that you wanted it to happen. We have a will in everything that we do, and that includes you allowing people to be attached to you freely. Keep everything tight. You can't avoid interactions at all. I mean, you can try to, but it's really hard. That's why I had to learn how to disconnect from every interaction. Like, literally, I'd be walking away from someone like it was a simple interaction, and I'll feel drained already. Like, damn, that person must be going through a lot. I'm disconnecting from their energy. I call all my energy back to me immediately. That's not my shit. That's their shit. They can keep their shit. I'm going to transmute that energy. Whatever the case may be, I just use my words. I know my power. I know that I don't have to accept anything that I don't want, and I'm not going to. So you're not going to speak nothing over my life. You're not going to speak nothing negative over my life. You're not going to say what's going to happen for me, what's not going to happen for me. You're not going to project your little feelings or thoughts onto me. I'm not going to take on your draining ass energy because you don't know how to disconnect in your own life. I'm not taking on none of that. And you're not going to drain my energy or take away from my energy because you're an energy vampire. I'm going to call all my energy back to me immediately, right away, as soon as we walk away from Joe. I felt that. I felt how you just tried to drain and zap my energy. I call all my energy right back to me. And I'll feel it. See, I'm clairsentient, so I can feel it right away, like, ooh. And I just feel like, oh, charged up. And they get to keep whatever it is they got. It really be so simple, and we make things harder. Another thing I want to talk about right fast, because I don't want to make this long, but how people like to say things like soul ties. I can't stop being connected to this person. They have such a hold on me. They have a telepathic connection. I can't get up because they keep thinking about me. They're projecting. It's the same damn thing. If it's a soulmate, it's the same damn thing. If it's your twin flame, it's the same damn thing. Detach. You don't have to keep no energy that you don't want. You don't ever have to keep that shit. You don't ever have to go the rest of your life holding on to these energies because of any type of connection. I don't give a fuck who it is. Your mama, your daughter, your son, your daddy. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care. Twin flame, my ass. Disconnect that shit. You don't have to be attached to nobody's energy. You doing that to yourself. There's a will in everything that we do, and you're choosing to stay connected to them. All you have to do is be like, I don't want to be connected to them anymore. I detach from that. If you're still feeling that stuff, every time you detach, it's just coming right back. There is a possibility that person's projecting. But for one, you have power over your life, so why are they able to come through your barriers and keep projecting? Guess what that means? That means that you need to look within now. Now it's time to introspect. Now it's time to look at yourself, because now it's you that has the codependency issues, and you need to learn how to let go and detach from that person. That's your choices. You don't want to detach from them. You don't. If you wanted to, then you would. Because I used this example with someone who was talking about the soul ties thing. I said, really think about this now. If you're a person who have had sex with more than, your share of people, and they weren't always encounters where you have people get in situations where they've been with people that got drunk and had sex with somebody that they didn't really like or something like that. And you mean to tell me, do y'all think about the fact that you only have these connections where you just can't detach when it's people that you actually like or want to have around or care about? But if you don't care about them, you don't fuck with them, you immediately detach. Guess what? Because you want to. You want to. Your willpower. It's really that simple. Like, when I think about that shit, all of a sudden, this person, because you don't fuck with them, you can detach from just like that. Ain't no soul ties, twin flame, extra connections. But when it's somebody that you really like or fuck with, you just can't let them go. No, you just really like them. You really fuck with them. You need to heal from it. It's okay. Feel what you feel. Sacral chakra energy. Feel what you feel. I love that person. I love them. I really hate that we're separating. Let me deal with these feelings. I hate separating from them. I hate that I feel this way. I can't stop thinking about them. But own that shit. Don't start blaming connections and shit like that. It's because they're my friends. Because they're so... You sound weak. You sound weak. Do you own your life or not? Are you the creator of your life or not? Or is everything else an ownership of you? Is everything else controlling and driving you? Who's driving your life? Are you the passenger or the driver? Do you have the reins? Are you the steering wheel? Do you have it? Or are you weak? It's really that simple. You can detach from anything. You're not gonna tell me just walk around with hexes on you. Because people like that want to play victim. And I ain't just being like, people like you want to play victim. People like me wanted to play victim a lot last year in 2019 and my whole life before that, because I never knew what it was like to really take ownership of my life, be responsible, be accountable for me. When I realized, I let that happen. I let those people be in my life. I let it go on as long as it did. I kept believing that I was hexed and cursed, and I never thought that I couldn't be touched. Now I'd be like, you can't do shit to me. Take that shit back where the fuck you gotta take that shit back to your own. That's your lot. I'm not playing with nobody like that no more. You don't get to have that kind of power over my life. It's really totally up to you. You do not have to let nobody hex you, come messing with you. You don't have to let nobody be up in your energy. You don't have to be affected by people's projections. You can totally disconnect from those things at any given time. Okay? So I'm gonna, the reason why I'm dressed different is because 2 days ago, I recorded this video and I posted it, and then I realized I didn't actually tell y'all how to disconnect from the energies. So I was like, I'm gonna fix it later and edit. But yeah, so how to actually disconnect and cord cut from the energies that you connect with during these interactions throughout the day. So I like to use a gesture and I like to use my words. You can just use your words. You don't have to use a gesture. I like the gesture because I can, like I said, I'm clairsentient, so I can feel everything. So when I go like this, I can feel the energy move away from me. But I'm using the words, and the words are the most important thing. Yes, it's that simple. Just your words, your intentions. I disconnect from all negative energies, entities, feelings, projections, thoughts from all interactions throughout the day. Allow only to remain what is supportive and beneficial and loving for my spiritual journey, and I push it away from me. And I literally feel it, and I do like this with my fingers at the ends because I'm getting rid of that energy, and I literally feel it go away from me. Then I call all my energy back to me, all my high vibrational positive energy. I call it back to me. It's really just that simple. I know, right? Like, I had to redo the whole video just for this part. So simple, a kid could do it. Literally, you can teach your children to do this. You want to do this after every interaction. Well, not necessarily after every interaction. If you feel like, you might start feeling tired, nauseous, like your head might start hurting, or you just feel off from any interaction throughout the day, then yes, immediately after that interaction, go and do your disconnect. Speak the intentions, call your energy back to you, and then go about your day. But you don't have to literally do it after every single interaction throughout the day. You might want to just, at the end of the day, at the end of the night, get in the shower and do your disconnect. I think I actually did say this somewhere in this video, but this is the more specific part. So yeah, you just want to make sure that you're doing it at least at the end of each day. You don't have to get in the shower. You don't have to do the shower part. If you shower in the mornings, then perfectly fine, but make sure at the end of each day you're doing that disconnect. because you don't want to carry that over and sleep with it and all that stuff and carry it over into the next day. So, but if you do take showers at night, then disconnect at the end of the night. Like I said, if there is ever a situation where someone's energy is affecting you, you're feeling drained, you're feeling like a headache, you're feeling like a stomach ache, and you're feeling sick, and you're feeling off or something, you just, sometimes like I would just feel like stuck, like not even necessarily tired or drained. It's just like what's wrong with me? And I have to disconnect because maybe that person was depressed or going through something where their energy just was off for me. So that's how I would have to respond, is go and disconnect from that energy and call my energy back. I one time was on like a pretty popular YouTuber's channel and they were vamping, and I realized it because I started getting drained while I was watching the live, and I was like, oh snap, they're vamping. So I just went and I disconnected from all the energy and I called all my energy back to me. Actually, I ended up sleeping the whole day because I was like, it was that bad. And when I finally got up and I was like, oh no, I went ahead and did the disconnect from any cords that they might have tried to attach to people that were on that live, and I called all my energy back to me, and I felt replenished. I felt good again. It's really about your intent. Really about your intent. I know some people do like cord cuttings with like yarn and scissors and candles and all that stuff, and you can do that. You can use a white candle, and you can use a cord to like rope or yarn to symbolize the cord, and maybe that helps you with the visual to burn that rope and have a person's name on it, have a picture of them there in front of you so you're looking at them. But you don't have to do all that. I don't believe in you having to do all that. Sometimes it's beneficial to me to use fire. I did just do like a cord cutting ritual where it was not a cord cutting ritual. It was a release. I was just releasing during a waning moon, and I did want to use fire because it was a really strong energy. It was a really strong connection. I really needed to do it that way for my sake. And I wrote a letter, and then I took the whole letter. Usually I will cut it up so it's easier to burn. And I took the whole letter and I put it in the candle flame, and it just, and it was gone. Like 2 seconds. I was like, ooh, I knew it was powerful, and I really had to get it off me because I was struggling to let go. And so that, you have to pay attention to what it is that you feel individually as a person. Do you feel like you need fire to add that element into this, or can you just use the air? Air is just your words, your thoughts, your intents. I use a lot of air energy for a lot of things that I do, more than anything else. Secondly, I will use fire. Thirdly, I will add water. And at the very, very, necessary, or I just feel drawn to, I'll add in earth. So using the elements, there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean that you're weak or anything like that. That's what they're there for. The elements, earth, your herbs, your herbs, your plants, your crystals and things like that. Water, that could be a spiritual bath. That could be the shower. Like I said, for some of you, it might aid, and that's why I said I do use water, because if I get in the shower, I'm going to do a disconnect automatically. No matter when I get in the shower, I just disconnect from everything anyway, and use the water. The water does help, because water holds memory. We're made up of like 75% and more water in our bodies. That's why the moon affects us and such. Air, like I said, that's the one I use the most, top number one. Automatically, I'm always going to use air energy because I'm always thinking or speaking, and I'm very intentional about what I'm doing with those two things, because I know that I can affect my life or the lives of others by speaking or thinking negatively. So I'm very careful about how I'm using those. Then, of course, the fire, like I said, I like fire for like releasing stuff. Sometimes, some people like to use fire to like intensify, which you can. You use like candle magic and charge the fire with your air. Or you can, you know, some people burn petitions to send it up. And I've done that before too, just to, okay, I am releasing this. This was me. It's still a release to me because it's me releasing the ritual, the petition, or the intentions, instead of trying to hold on to it and try to make it do what I wanted to do, and meditating on it and getting worried. Because sometimes then you all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, it's not working. Why is it not working? Why hasn't it happened yet? So I learned to release it. I had like a whole box. It was an altar, you know, those portable altars. I had a whole box of petitions, and I burnt all of them during a full moon one night and just released it all. I made sure that they were stuff that I wanted, because if it wasn't, then I released it a different way down the toilet, because I don't need that. I don't want that. But the ones that I wanted and I still wanted them to manifest, I released them. Okay, I'm not going to worry about this anymore. It's done. You let the universe take care of the rest. Let the energy do what it do. And for as far as releasing to let something go, like I said, I just wrote the letter. I cried. I took my tears and I smeared it on the ink, smeared some of the ink in, smeared it over everything. And then I just burnt it. And that was a release. Now the energy, and I took the ashes. That's the other part. I took the ashes, and then I walked. I went and took a walk, and I took the ashes. I had them in a baggie, and I took the ashes, and I let them fly. And I spoke again the air. That was more air because they were flying in the air, in the wind. I spoke that it would transmute to positive, prosperous, abundant, wealthy, successful energy for me. All those feelings that I was pouring into this person, I want that to be beneficial and positive for me. So that's what I did. So that's a way to like cord cut too, doing those things. Don't have anything for water, you know, like what you, besides, like I say, getting in the shower and doing the disconnecting, still speaking the words and using the water to cleanse you of whatever energy and cords and remnants. You can do that. You know, earth-wise, you can go and bury something. I mean, you can just like bury it in a park by some water and just bury a petition there, tear it all up or something and put it in there and bury it and pay homage to the earth, you know, put like 3 coins in there in the dirt with it, pay homage. You put it inside of a baggie or whatever and put it in the dirt and bury it. That's another way. These are, go by what you're called to do. These things that I'm telling you, well, someone told me before to like pay homage to the earth, but no one's ever told me like that was a way to do a release or cord cutting. These are all things that were given to me. I just felt guided. I'm a creator of my own life, so I feel guided to do certain things. Actually, the burning, a lot of people do that, burning a letter, but like to put my tears on it and all that kind of stuff. I actually got that from 2010. I was a Christian then. Yeah, and I actually felt guided to write all the stuff that I wanted to let go of from the past, people I didn't forgive. I did it with a old friend, and we went outside on her balcony and we burned it, and I actually let go of everything. I never felt those feelings about those people again. I had forgiven them completely. It was like it was completely gone. Then I did it again another time, put my tears on there. I actually did it before with my ex-husband, and I really released all that stuff. Like I put my tears on it and I burnt it and I was done. Like I never really looked back on it and thought like of it. I thought of it as my part of my story, but not as something that really hurt me. Still, like I'm not still holding on to that. I'm able to be friends with him, and it was not a situation where anybody, if you heard any of the stories I told you, you'd be like, friends. But I mean, I'm able to recognize that it was a really negative situation, toxic. It was really toxic, but I don't hold on to it like, all these things are so awful. And it's just so horrible for me and affecting my everyday life. I'm always triggered by things that have to do with that. No, I've let it go, really. And so I did the same thing with this situation because I wanted to let it go. And so I did it again. And I always feel called to do things at different times. I was actually listening to music and Adele Set Fire to the Rain came on. I was like, I get it. I get it. It's time for me to do a burn thing and release this because I'm really holding on to it more than I want to, and it's time for it to go. So you gotta kind of like know you and trust your intuition and trust the voice within that's like, it's time to do this. It's time to do that. Like, I don't know if y'all can tell my skin was glowing up. My skin be glowing. I know my skin be glowing. I probably like it always be glowing. It's always glowing, but it's glowing more today to me because I was like, my skin was like, exfoliate me, do a olive oil cleanse to me. And I did, and I just like, and I have on like a little highlighter powder right here. And that's like it glided on so different. And I was like, ooh. Like even like when I did my eyebrows, like it glided on so different. It was just like my skin was crying. This video is not about that, but my skin was crying for something. Your body will tell you what you need. Your spirit will too. Your mind will too. If you listening to you, your emotions, your chakras will tell you exactly what you need if you're listening. So I think this video was about like your solar plexus too, because this is where you hold the cords and the connections, and that's why they can affect your personal power and things like that. So when you disconnect, if you're a clairsentient person like me, you'll feel it release right there in your solar plexus, or you'll feel resistance. That's why I say your chakras speak to you. Your body speaks to you. So you might feel resistance, like, nope, we're not ready to let that go. And then you have to figure out what it is you need to do to let it go then, because your solar plexus is telling you we're not ready to let that go. So like with the situation with the person, when I was trying to release it, like the last person I did the fire with, when I was trying to release it, it was a slight resistance. It wasn't heavy, but I can tell I wasn't ready to let them go. And I was like, I need to let them go. I have to release this. I can't do nothing else to do. So I had to listen to my body tell me what else, my spirit tell me what else do I need to do. Like when I did it years ago with my ex-husband, I felt more need to cry. So I was crying hard and the tears were just falling on the paper. That's where I got the idea from. I was like, yeah, now my tears on here, and that's what I'm burning, that pain, because your water holds memory, okay? So if water holds memory and you're crying these emotions, your tears are attached to that emotion and that pain and whatever it was. And so you're releasing that. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, I know this video is like 40-something minutes long. If you watched it, you watched it and got what you needed. I feel that those led to a watch it, you know. I just wanted to come back and make sure I actually tell you specifically how to disconnect from these energies. I told you why you need to, and other ways that you can prevent and protect yourself from it. Also, another way to protect yourself from energies is not letting certain people in. Like, I have 2 Facebook pages, and one of them I have like thousands of friends on there, and I'll post pictures and stuff. I went through a stage where I stopped posting pictures because people were vamping off of me and projecting like very sexual energy, and it was really draining for me, and it would affect my skin. I could see all that stuff happening. And so I had stopped posting pictures on there. I just recently started again, and what I noticed is I don't really check that inbox because I know, like, okay, I'm posting pictures and people are over here lusting. I can feel the energy before I even go in my inbox. Then I go in there and I'll see it. I can like kind of see the previews, and I'm like, I won't open it. And depending on how, I don't get anybody that be real disrespectful. It just be kind of like, wow, you're so beautiful, and it's just an energy. Like, they could just be saying I'm beautiful. It's an energy behind it. Like, okay, I know that your energy is not something that I want to be connected to. And you know, the universe will test you, or, you know, not even necessarily test you, but allow you a chance to see how prepared and how ready you really are for certain things. Like, you know, I don't feel like I have to open that or respond to that or give any attention to it. You don't either. You are allowed to say no to any energy that someone is trying to give you. I think I already said that in this video somewhere, but I'm going to say it again. You are allowed to say no to any energy that is being served to you. You do not have to be like, yes, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna accept that because it's being given to me. You cussed me out. You called me all types of bitches, so I'm gonna respond. Why? If somebody's calling you bitches, is that your name? Do you want to be called that? So then why respond? It is your choice. You don't have to be attached to anything. You don't have to be connected to anything if you don't want to be. You can simply ignore, or you can just be like, no. Because when people are speaking certain things over me, I want to tell you no, I'm not accepting that. I'm not receiving that. I don't receive that. I don't accept that for my life. And that's that. That's a way to protect. All right, that was it. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified of all other videos I do like these, and also the weekly zodiac love readings that I do. To book a private session with me, I can do a Reiki session to disconnect energy for you. If you really don't feel like you can do it yourself, I can put up protections for you, shield and protect your aura and energy. I can help you out, you know what I'm saying? And cut the cords for you and things like that, and connect you only to source energy. I can do those things if you feel like it's really not working for you and you can't do it yourself. Reiki master. And also I do private readings, tarot readings, energy readings, all types of readings. Check out the information in the description if you feel so led to leave a love offering. That information is also in the description. Until next time, peace.